Hi, this is Shelley Kraft, and we're coming to you live on SNNLive. We're here in San Francisco with LHA. I have next to me Thijs Spoor of FluoroPharma Medical Inc., a public company, symbol FPMI. Welcome to SNNLive.
Thanks, Shelley. Nice to be here.
In actuality, this is your second visit with me. I know it was a while ago, right?
That's correct. A lot's happened since then. We're excited about where the company's going.
So give me an update.
Sir, since we last spoke, we actually went public with a reverse merge into public shell. And what that means is we actually were able to achieve the money we needed to get our clinical trial program on track, but also to provide our investors with some sense of liquidity as they sort of think about how they can get into and out of the stock.
You know, a successful reverse merger deal makes my heart feel good, because you hear about them, you don't always know they're successful, but congratulations on that event taking place successfully.
No, thank you so much. I mean, we were pleased that we were able to do it. One of the issues we had was that the private markets seemed to sort of dry up from a capital point of view, and we found a group of investors who loved the idea of what we had. We think our technology adds a lot of value to the medical community, to patients, and to investors. And the reverse merge allowed us to actually go public and have something that people could really hang their hat on.
Let's skip right to the science. Tell me about it.
Sure. So we have molecular imaging tracers. What these are drugs. They're radioactive, but what they do is they go wherever disease is in the body. So anytime disease happens in your body, there's a chemical change ahead of that that we can pick up. So our bodies are chemistry sets. And what that means, Shelley, is that we can actually image the chemistry in your body before it shows up a disease. What that means is we're actually helping make the invisible visible. Before you can see it, before the doctor sees it, before you feel it, we can actually diagnose this.
So it sounds to me like there's a similarity between what they do during an MRI, and obviously this sounds like something different.
That's right. So an MRI is a structural scan. So you can put a dead person in an MR system and you'll get a beautiful scan because they don't move. What we have is functional data. And what that means, we can actually pick up what's the blood look like going through your vessels in your heart. How is the muscle? Is it alive or dead? And that's really important when the doctor thinks about how are they going to treat you as a patient.
Wow, that's really... So what do they do? They give you an injection? How does it work?
Sure. So the patient receives an injection. It's a very tiny trace amount. The amount of material is nanograms. And what that means, there's next to nothing that's injected. And the scanner then watches where those drugs go in your body and how your body treats those chemicals. And based on how your body treats those chemicals, we can actually tell how far the disease is in every individual part of your body.
Is this partly something to do with the new body scans that they're doing?
It's similar to that. A lot of the new body scans are structural scans where they do a whole body physical scan. What this is, this gives an extra roadmap for the clinicians. So they can see, look here, there's something metabolic or chemical happening in this part of this patient's body. And we have proprietary drugs that actually tell the doctor what to look for in very specific disease states.
So why wouldn't every doctor use this? I mean, I'm just, I'm talking, like if I'm a patient, I'd want my doctor to use it because I'd want to know what else he's not seeing.
Well, what's really exciting about this is that doctors do use the availability of the technology from a low-res perspective. There is a way of doing this, and that was called SPECT. And that's sort of like a traditional TV system. If you go from low-res TV to HD TV, you get a lot more image clarity and what you can really pick up. And that's what we offer. We have agents that are HD versions of what's clinically out there. So there are about 10 million procedures right now that could be accessed using our technology. And to make things even better, we have additional drugs that provide extra level of information the doctors have never had access to in the HD format.
So is this razor blade razor?
No, for us it's all about selling the blades. So this is a drug that's going to be sold on a unit dose basis. We'll have contribution manufacturing partners that actually make the product and sell it on a per patient basis to allow individual patients access to a personalized medicine tool.
So any scan can read it?
No, it takes a PET CT scanner. And actually one of the great technology platforms, what you mentioned before with MRs, it shows how cutting edge you are, because there is an MR PET combination scanner that's just been released that will give the exquisite spatial resolution of MR and layer the functional data that we have over top of that.
So this has to be big news in the medical community, please.
It is, and everyone's been waiting for really new PET tracers out there. Everyone thinks of a PET scan using a drug called glucose, and that's been generic, and about 1 million patients get this every year. So the doctors are desperate for something that really kicks it up a notch and allows them to look at the heart and not just tumors.
How does it price?
So it's reimbursed right now, and so the price to the system ends up being about $500, $600 for the drug. is what we project it to be. It's not currently available, but we expect $500, $600 a drug. But what this means is that the patient can actually get the right diagnosis, that the clinician knows, are you stenting the right vessel? Are you doing the right kind of angioplasty procedure? Or do you have them on the right kind of drug therapy? And it's all those personalized decisions that we help the doctors make.
Do you have to be a genius to be able to read it?
You have to be a doctor. And so, the doctors are well trained. They know how to read this stuff. They have access to high-level technology. And the technology platforms really enable the clinicians to really understand the data that's coming in. There's a whole volume of data that's generated, and the doctors have a good feel for the space. They know what to read. They're desperate for new tools that make it better and easier to sort of interpret what's happening in a patient.
Well, I think this is a good thing, ladies and gentlemen, for humankind. Every now and then we come up with a company that does things that we really need out there. What is your website for more information, folks?
Sure. The website is www.fluoropharma.com, and FluoroPharma is FluoroPharma.com.
Taste Spoor, symbol FPMI. It's a publicly traded company. I want to thank you for coming on to SNNLive.
Thanks
Pleasure
for having
to
me
see
on
you
board.
again.
Thanks to you.